All right, everyone. So, welcome to Philosophy Culture's cryptocurrency episode. I'm always here with Emils. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man, as well.
Constant.
And yeah, exactly. Yeah, and today we will talk about cryptocurrencies, as I said. And besides that, what else?
The technology behind it, our opinions, what we think about cryptocurrencies, some pros and cons. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. uh, yeah, enjoy.
Check it out. So, today's episode about cryptocurrencies.
About cryptocurrencies. Yeah. All
Ex
right. The classic question. I
yeah.
almost forgot. So why do we talk about crypto today?
Uh,
Why?
I'll give you the general answer first, which would be that it fits our investment quarter, and yeah, that would be like the general answer. But to be honest, I think it's a good episode to just get a better overview over over cryptocurrencies in general, and then just try to understand the whole concept, the whole everything about cryptocurrency, so to say.
Well, yeah, the basics at least, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we will focus only on the basics on this episode. Uh,
Yeah, and try to keep it somewhat short, maybe, since we aren't as or yeah, we aren't that knowledgeable in the cryptocurrency area. So yeah,
yeah,
just
and
keep
I
it
think it's better to keep it short and simple than overcomplicate it, especially in the beginning.
short and sweet. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So if I return the question to you, why do you think it's important to talk about cryptocurrencies?
Well, it's another area of investing, right? Um and it's become much more relevant in the recent years since everything is being so digitalized and yeah, it was only a matter of time. Um, yeah, when the financial side would also get digitalized or yeah, more digitalized. So here we are, cryptocurrencies, a lot of cryptocurrencies. We have two dominant ones. Then we have also like tons of weird cryptocurrencies. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, and everything is related to the blockchain. We also have NFTs, which you can buy with cryptocurrencies, and yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole yeah.
It will be interesting to see where the whole cryptocurrency, uh, where this change is like what this change is moving towards.
Yeah,
Because if I have understood it correctly, Bitcoin was launched in 2009, um,
yeah,
and it wasn't such a big thing back then. Uh, there were like people buying, for example, pizzas with I don't know how many bitcoins, but anyway. And now one bitcoin. I think it was this week when it reached one bitcoin reached like $70,000. Uh,
right.
so yeah, it will be interesting to see where everything goes. And then we also have the other side of the cryptocurrency world, which is more, right now is decentralized, right? But if we look at the European Union, or maybe not the European Union, or maybe they're also involved in it, but they are talking about, making a digital currency. It's not like cryptocurrency, still a digital currency, but trying
Right.
to adopt a digital currency.
Yeah, right. And
Which is,
also,
I mean, maybe not exactly the same thing, but it's kind of the same. I mean, it's still digital, right?
Yeah, it's kind of the same concept. I don't know really. I think they are just trying to digitalize the euro, right?
Yeah.
You to kind of slowly get rid of the cash that we use, make certain places, I don't know, for some reason to make certain businesses to not accept cash anymore. Uh, I had one client at my work saying just this. He was asking me if we take cash, and I said, "Yeah, of course." And then he said that there were like other businesses that didn't accept cash, and I was like, "Damn, I'm really bummed out about this." I think, yeah, um, I have a really negative point of view of the the centralized euro.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. But that's another discussion. We can save it for some other episode. But yeah, that's I guess it's kind of all a bit interrelated, right? Right, like into each other. But it's also interesting to see where like the real cryptocurrencies like will go since as you said they are decentralized, or that kind of is the point with them, right? But you know the traditional financial industries or whatever you want to call it, the machine I don't think they are such a fan of decentralized financial anything like since they want to have some regulations and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I don't know. I guess you can have a debate on maybe there are some pros as well to have some things regulated to set some sort of boundaries. But I think as most of us know, like in those boundaries, like they aren't really made for the masses benefits, so to say. It's more like for the big companies to benefit off of it, or for governments to impose some sort of control. My opinion, but I think that's not that controversial.
Yeah.
Damn, I went on a whole rant.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that, but I mean, the thing is that it's kind of a part of the whole digitalized, yeah, digital world, right? And digital currencies, the digital currency world.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, it's uh, it's uh, it's kind of part of it. So
yeah. And I think maybe we should say like a do like a brief disclaimer, or like to kind of just to present or uh say kind of our plan with this episode. Just maybe we already did, I don't know, but like we are just gonna briefly go through like the basic definitions, I guess, and the most basic concepts. So if you want to listen to a episode about crypto that is more advanced, you're gonna, yeah, maybe go to another place or wait for us to do a more advanced episode. But for now, this is just gonna be the bare bone basics. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
all right. So maybe we can just jump in and define cryptocurrency, right?
yeah,
Just for starters, right?
exactly. So how would you define it?
Well, I have actually the definition in
Yeah,
like written, and I'm not sure if I could define it any better. But cryptocurrency or crypto is a digital currency that can be used to buy goods and services or traded for profit. Bitcoin is the most widely used cryptocurrency. Then we have what you call it, ETH, ETH. Damn,
Yeah, Ethereum, Ethereum.
Ethereum. Yeah, I should be able to pronounce this because I've been, yeah, reading about this stuff. Not like a lot, but back, or yeah, like back in my day. No, like, yeah, just yeah, like a year ago or something. A year ago or a year ago or something. Damn, the mumbling. Um, yeah. So, would you add something to that definition? To that definition, or
No, I mean, as you said, I mean that would be the simple definition, and I think that's fine. Uh, so I don't have so much to add to it. It's just that, it's part of a. I mean, you trade. It's part of a blockchain, right?
oh
So
yeah,
if we move over to the, I mean, now that we have defined Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies,
yeah,
uh, you also mentioned a few cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum. We also have,
Dogecoin. I've heard of.
yeah, that's Elon Musk thing to invest in.
I'm not sure actually. I don't know.
Um, and then, yeah, there are like, I don't know how many, but there are a
There
lot of,
there are a lot actually. Oh yeah, uh altcoins. I actually had it here in the article that I have in front of me. Uh, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I
yeah,
can't.
we have like Litecoin, Litecoin. I don't even know how to pronounce Litecoin. I think it's Litecoin. Cosmos, Aptos, Optimus. So there are like, let's see, I have an entire list here. Okay, there are 200 what I can see in this list, but I think there could be even more. Um, and and as I have understood it, if we start moving toward to blockchain and how everything works,
Yeah.
so every every cryptocurrency has its own blockchain.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's the technology behind it, right?
yeah,
I have understood it.
and blockchain could basically be explained as a ledger that is, you know, it's a transparent ledger, so to say. So everyone could see how many transactions have been made, and and so on.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what a ledger is, since I didn't, it's basically like a register or like a record, right? So it like keeps a record of transitions or like yeah, what you call it?
Transactions.
Transactions. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's important to maybe add that it is a immutable ledger. So it's a ledger that like you can't change anything about it. Like it just does what it does, and you can't really hack it or manipulate it in any way. So it's a pretty robust system technology. Uh, what I've heard.
and that's why so many people say that it's quite kind of safe. Like the blockchain technology is kind of unhackable, even though there may be any possibilities to actually hack it. I don't know. As everything, I think it is a possibility to hack it, but it's pretty safe, and technology behind it is very, very advanced.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Uh, so yeah.
And that's why people are like, I think I've heard some people say that like blockchain is like kind of revolutionary
Mm.
uh, in the matter of yeah keeping things digital, I don't know, assets or yeah, cryptocurrency transactions and stuff like that, like more legit, and you have proof, you know. uh I think a better example is maybe to even bring up NFTs. So NFTs are just basically mm, you usually associate them with like digital art that are sold as NFTs, but NFT can actually be like almost whatever, like a picture or something, but like it's basically like a this well yeah, basically like this technology that is again um working with or having like blockchain as its backbone, I would dare to say, which then uh makes the, I don't know, let's say a piece of digital art, it makes it like legit, like you know it's not the copied thing, you can like verify its originality.
Yeah. And that's what you can do in the whole blockchain. I mean, you can see that, right?
Yeah,
So as that's what's so sort of not comfortable, but so safe about it because it's so transparent. Like all the transactions are very transparent and you can see and you can't modify them. So
yeah,
you basically have a book of what has happened. Uh,
yeah, 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 exactly. And that is how you, for example, can like earn royalties off of your work. And I think you can even have like music and stuff as NFTs as well. Yeah, just to keep everything original, I guess. I'm not sure if that's the exact right word I want to use, but I can come up with anything else. But yeah, I hope I think the yeah, I think I get my point across.
yeah. Yeah, no, you do. You do. And if we are to actually explain how everything would work and why it's called maybe blockchain, it would
Yeah,
be because if we take an example of how, let's say that person A wants to transact money or not money but
Bitcoin.
crypto to another, yeah, to another person B, and that transaction would basically be represented as a block, uh, and then the block is sort of broadcasted to everyone in the network, which is then approved as a valid from everyone in the network. So I guess like this transaction will be made public in the whole network, and then it is approved as a, because it's sort of it's it's original, so to say, if I've understood it correctly. And then after the whole process is approved, then basically this block or this transaction is then added to the ledger, or yeah,
To
the
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 same
the
block.
previous blocks exactly.
Yeah,
And then B basically receives, yeah, person B receives money from person A.
exactly.
So that would be like a very basic, yeah, explanation of how a transaction is made.
Right. And then for every transaction, there is a new block created, right, to showcase which transactions have taken place, and therefore you have this uh, um, chain of blocks, aka blockchain.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good point as well. And here I found another description. So a transaction is requested and authenticated, and then a block representing that transaction is created. So the transaction is basically created, and the block is then sent to every node, which in other words would be the participants in the network, which is basically if you're part of the network, then you can see the ledger. Uh, I guess. And then the nodes validate the transaction. I think here again, this is like a very mathematical and digitalized process. The nodes receive a reward for proof of work. Typically in cryptocurrencies, the block is added to the existing blockchain. The update is distributed across the network and the transaction is complete. Yeah. And the whole thing about this, as I think you mentioned this in the beginning, Emils, but the the whole thing is decentralized. So what is so appreciated about the cryptocurrencies and so on is that you're like peer to peer, so to say. So you don't need a third hand involved, uh, like a bank or so on. So you're basically transferring it from one person to another without the middleman, uh, which
Yeah.
is why it's called decentralized. Uh, so yeah, what do you think about what's your personal opinion about the crypto world?
Um, I don't know. I don't really have the. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm not knowledgeable enough to have a strong opinion. Uh,
Okay.
like I just this the things that I have like most heard about are like these countless scams that
Yeah.
like stupid influencers do to kind of scam their in like followers yeah for more money uh, even though they clearly don't need more money, but yeah. uh, so yeah, that's kind of the kind of the initial picture that almost comes to mind. But then if we keep it on a more positive positive note, I don't know, but yeah, I guess more positive note. I think of I don't know. I think it was always going to come to this that it
Mhm.
would be digitalized. If we, yeah, see what's going on and like how fast we are developing all kinds of technologies and stuff, it was like, yeah, bound to happen. So uh, it's it's interesting for sure. There are some risks as with everything, and yeah, like I said, I don't really have like a strong opinion. It's just a interesting thing to know about. I don't really take it too seriously, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I should. I don't know, but yeah. What about you? What do you think?
No, to begin with, as you said about all the scams and so on, I think those are very, or I don't know how common they are, but I've also heard a lot about the scams and so on, and people just, uh, creating a cryptocurrency and then just making tours around the country and, making sure that everyone invests and then they just disappear with the money.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, so yeah, now again, I don't know how common that is, but if it has happened, I guess it could happen again. So it will be interesting to see how they will do, or if they will do anything to prevent this.
Right.
Um, and in that case, how? Um, and then, yeah, it will be interesting to see how everything will just advance from here because it feels like some more advanced economies have adapted adopted more, you know, have given people the chance to actually pay with cryptocurrency. So you can, for example, go and buy, or I think there are some car dealers that actually accept crypto as a valid form of payment.
Right.
Um, and then, yeah, I guess you can buy. I think Jacob and Co. also accepted, uh, you know, to pay with crypto. And so it will be interesting to see how many companies and how all of the the big players will accept this whole revolution.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah,
Okay. So now we have covered kind of the definition of cryptocurrencies. We have talked about the blockchain. Um, we have mentioned Bitcoin, and yeah, that it is the most used cryptocurrency. I think yeah, it's like the second biggest cryptocurrency is Ethereum, which isn't. I don't think it is close at all to being like as valued as Bitcoin, but it's still it still has its place and use. Okay, so what do you want to jump in next? Like, what do you want to?
um, yeah. I don't have like I was just thinking, to just talk about it generally and see, maybe talk about pros and cons and then just our opinion.
Oh,
Uh, because as you said, like we have very basic covered the fundamental parts of it.
yeah,
Uh, and then yeah, when it comes to cryptocurrencies, I mean, everyone can just Google the name or just Google cryptocurrencies, and it's quite easy to actually get a list of all of them. Uh, and then there are obviously some crypto exchanges or like apps where you can trade them, such as Coinbase. I think that's a very very common one.
yeah, or I think Binance also
Yeah, Binance is a very good. I've seen that some events are actually sponsored by Binance.
right,
Uh, so I think yeah, Coinbase and Binance are very very common. And
right.
then we have also crypto.com, Gemini, Bitmart, Cash App, and Bisq. Bisq.
Wait,
Bisq. Uh,
yeah.
so yeah, uh, that would be it. How about like pros and cons with it though?
Yeah, we can jump into that for sure.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we have some pros. I'm just gonna read from the article. Um, wait, so right. So I think one pro is that it is decentralized, right? We have already like talked a little about that, but yeah, and I think a lot of people agree that it's kind of a breath of fresh air to yeah have this new type of economy system or yeah whatever you want to call it that is not managed by I don't know by the central banks and so on and like yeah it's separated from yeah all those institutions.
And that's interesting because we also we did an episode about gold, right?
Yeah,
And how people choose to invest in gold and keep their money outside of the bank system.
yeah,
And I guess cryptocurrencies could be a similar thing, even though it's far more risky than investing in gold. Uh, but if you know what you're doing and if you invest wisely and yeah, so on, then I guess it is a positive thing. And I think that outcome could be even bigger in if you invest in cryptocurrencies on the short run than gold, right? So I think
Yeah.
there are more chances that the cryptocurrencies will go up than the gold. Um, but yeah, again, cryptocurrencies, as Warren Buffett also said, cryptocurrencies are basically not based on anything. So when you invest in, and this could be a con, I guess, but when you basically invest in cryptocurrencies, the crypto isn't based on anything,
Yeah.
exactly as the fiat money,
Well,
like
yeah,
our
that,
currencies.
and that's the thing. Like it's interesting. Like we use uh fiat currencies right now. Uh and they work, they have their value because we have our trust. The majority trusts the government, or yeah, the Fed or whatever you want to call it, that they will manage the money like responsibly, and to keep it like as a usable uh what you call it, yeah, just a currency or
Yeah,
like a
just a
me.
usable trade mechanism, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it, for sure. And cryptocurrencies are basically also the same thing. Like if the majority of people would have their trust in Bitcoin, then like it's a go. It's like we can use it because the it has the blockchain technology that keeps it like stable, or in certain functions, right? It's uh transparent, or yeah, it's like the blockchain keeps it like more legit, legitimate. And then also interesting thing about the Bitcoin, wait, is that it let's see if I will find this in a suitable time. It kind of the amount of Bitcoins kind of that uh, can be added, or like yeah, mm, coined, since that is kind of how they are created. I'm not sure how the coining process really works. They are doing some complicated things with computers that takes up a lot of energy and and stuff like that. But you can like coin new Bitcoins with like technology. I don't know, but basically the Bitcoins are set up like that every 4 years the amount of Bitcoins that are able to be coined,
Or do you mean mind?
coined.
Because I have only read about mind, or I mean to mine bitcoins.
You are probably right. Yeah. Mining. Yeah. Excusez-moi.
Yeah,
I
no worries.
yeah. But basically, the Bitcoins that are available to mine gets like half. Yeah, in what you call it?
Do you mean that the stock or like the Bitcoin stock is kind of limited?
Well, yeah, it is. It's like you like I said, you can uh mine new Bitcoins.
Yeah.
That kind of gets added to the whole Bitcoin. I don't know what to call it. Like yeah, to all, like yeah, to all the Bitcoins that exist, you can like do some techie things with like with computers and stuff to kind of mine new bitcoins that gets like officially added into the whole uh
Yeah,
well,
the Bitcoin database, or like the Bitcoin.
yeah.
And you said that every 4 years, what happens?
Um, I think why can't I find this here, man? Broski.
Is it that the amount of Bitcoins that could be mined is halved every 4 year?
Yeah, that is what I was trying to say. Like the amount that is available to mine gets halved like every 4 years.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
eventually, there no one will be able to mine more.
well, yeah, it's like I think it will always be possible to
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
like, but the amount is like super small, or yeah, it gets yeah, halved every 4 years.
Okay, I had no idea about it, but that's interesting.
So that will kind of yeah set the whole Bitcoin currency, like I don't know, that it keeps its value. Like you won't be able to inflate the currency in any way.
Yeah, I see.
So that's a thing also. But yeah, as we said, as long as people keep uh, believing in the currency, that's the only way it's gonna work because as we said, it's not backed by anything. Like it's not backed by gold. It's not backed by anything. It's just a technology. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And that's why Warren Buffett refuses to invest in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, and the same thing with Charlie Munger. He said that he didn't understand cryptocurrency, and yeah, and he said it's the same thing. Like it's based on nothing, so he didn't really see it as a legitimate investment. But I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe it's well, they have their valid points, of course. Like we said, it is based on nothing, but I think it still can be legitimate as fiat currencies, since
Yeah,
we have also, I think, the most fiat currencies around the world are also not backed by anything. I think a few are, but I think the majority aren't.
exactly. And again, it depends on where the public puts its trust on.
Yeah. So if the public loses the trust in the government, maybe it's too corrupt. I think we have actually like seen it in a few countries already. Like there have been like African countries and also South America, South American countries. I'm not sure. I don't really dare to name any countries specifically, but we have heard of yeah, there being like these uprisings and when hyperinflation happens. Hyperinflation is basically a term that means that the fiat currency or yeah, like yeah, I guess it basically yeah, or a currency, a fiat currency, it loses all of its value since it isn't valued by the majority. So the value drops and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
um. All right. So another pro, other advocates like the blockchain technology behind cryptocurrencies. because it's a decentralized processing and recording system and can be more secure than traditional payment systems. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna comment on that since I'm not sure what how they could be more safe than traditional payment systems since it's all technology. But do you have any comments on that?
I think the main point was about the decentralized process
Right, right, right. Okay, okay, okay.
and maybe secure than the traditional payment systems is because the whole system is so much more complicated and advanced than maybe what normal or traditional payment systems look like.
Right, and also that I think every time you transfer your money, like you have to pay a certain amount to the banks that kind of do the transferring, right?
Yeah,
Maybe yeah, it isn't a lot, but yeah, still.
yeah. However, I think that some apps or some traders where you can, some tradings app where you can trade crypto, uh, you will have to pay a fee for that as well.
Right, right, right,
So there may be a small fee as well, but yeah, I think the whole payment system is more secure.
right,
Yeah, due to its advanced technology.
right. And
Uh,
then a third pro is that I'm not really don't ask me what this is. No, but some cryptocurrencies offer their owners the opportunity to earn passive income through a process called stacking. Crypto stacking involves using your cryptocurrencies to help verify transactions on a blockchain protocol. Through stacking, although stacking has its risks, it can allow you to grow your crypto holdings without buying more. Using crypto, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I guess it's something to put behind the air, so to say.
it's basically, according to the explanation I found, it just says that crypto stacking rewards are digital equivalent to interest or dividends, and they can allow owners to earn passive income while holding onto their underlying assets.
All right, all right.
So it basically pays out cryptocurrency as a compensation for using your existing holdings to vouch for accuracy of transactions on an underlying blockchain network. Okay, so basically, you you are basically being paid interest on the crypto you're holding.
All right. Okay, okay. By who though? Like, yeah.
I don't know because it says that it pays out cryptocurrency, so I think it's just some sort of, I don't know. I don't know if this generated automatically or how, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure how the system is doing that.
Right, right, right.
Uh,
All right. So do you have any cons?
yes, I do. And one would be, I had my list here. Uh, and one would be, yeah, as we talked about, uh, many cryptocurrencies projects are untested. And yeah, I think the whole point about this explanation or that we could find in the article was that it's still a sort of unsure thing for many. And yeah, there have been so many scams and there have been things going wrong with it. So I guess that's one point.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially since it's decentralized and, the government doesn't really have any control over it, it could also present a con in the sense that, it's easy to actually scam and, you know, do anything outside of the system.
Right. 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 Yeah.
And, and yeah, another point would be that for the short-term crypto investors, the prices kind of change rapidly, right? So if you are in there for a short term, you have really great risk in losing it, but you have also great risk in you know winning. So I think it depends on it depends on if you know what you're doing or not. Uh, but yeah, I think it's kind of I would say that it's kind of a risky investment for most of the population,
Yeah.
uh,
Well,
especially yeah.
especially what?
No, especially since there are so few people that actually know uh, how the blockchain technology works,
Right. 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 Yeah.
uh, and how the crypto, like what causes all of these fluctuations in the crypto.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. But if we follow the conventional wisdom, I think it still it has its place, for to kind of be this more risky investment in your portfolio. So it's maybe not the first thing you want to invest in, but it can be like a side thing you can just keep your keep a little bit of your uh savings in, I guess, or like of your capital, a small amount of your capital in, so like just to test the waters.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
I think there are people that are trying to, you know, uh, buy when it's low and then sell when it's high. But as you said, you could put it as a more risky investment in your portfolio and then just have it there in case if it, you know, uh, whoa, I'm having a huge blackout right now. But yeah, you it could be part of your riskier side of your portfolio and then leave it there. And when it reaches the peak, you can sell it or you can try to sell it when you think that it has reached the peak and so on.
yeah.
But as you said, yeah, I guess trying is fine. Uh,
Wait, what? What?
I mean, you could always try to,
I try. Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And I think there are many people that are like playing with it and trying to see where it gets them.
For sure.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Do you have more cons?
yeah, we also have that we have the environmental impact of Bitcoin, uh, which is kind of the thing that it requires a lot of energy and so on to mine Bitcoin, and since the whole thing, since the whole blockchain technology requires a lot of energy, you know, it will have some negative environmental uh, impacts as well. Uh, but I won't comment more on that. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. It's interesting. It's said here that worldwide Bitcoin mining consumes more than twice as much power as all U.S. residential lighting. Light.
yeah, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, some cryptocurrencies use different technology that demands less energy. Yeah. All right. All right.
Yeah. So it will be interesting to see how it will be how it will be accepted from an environmental perspective as well. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
but yeah,
No
I won't,
comment.
I won't dive deeper into the environmental debate here because it's kind of irrelevant to this topic. So yeah, and then another con could be that the governments, yeah, there are some governments that have not accepted the cryptocurrencies, right? Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
so yeah, that could be a con.
That could be a con, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like we have gone through the majority of the basics, I feel like. And yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I guess we have said some stuff about our own opinions. Uh,
exactement.
and yeah, it's a kind of a difficult topic to actually comment on 100% and know what you're saying, since you really have to, or at least this is what I think, but I think one really has to know what you're talking about before you can actually come with some uh, true or false comments, so to say. Uh,
Yeah,
so yeah,
for sure. All right, guys, thank you for listening to our crypto episode. We hope that you, yeah, learned some basics. Maybe if you didn't already know about the cryptocurrencies. Yeah, we hope that we helped you gain some crypto knowledge that will help you navigate the life's spin, right?
exactly. And besides that, feel free to comment in the comment section what we could do better, or maybe if you have any tips or tricks about the bitcoins and the cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology and so on. And besides that, again, feel free to follow us. Uh, and yeah, have a nice day.
Have a nice night. Until next time.
Adios.